How do I make things happen? And people generally have asked me about how did you meet these famous people? How did you get in the room with them? And all of that good stuff. So I decided to just share. I mean, during this coronavirus, it's not like we're busy doing other things. So I decided to come on and share 3 tips about how you can achieve or acquire the things that you want. So for me, at a very young age, I decided that I wanted to meet the famous people and hang out with the celebrity folks. And yes, I know to some people that may seem very shallow, but that was what I was interested in, just like a lot of young people are interested in now. So I want to tell you a story. So there are 3 things that you need to do. And I'll start with the first one. But I want to tell you a little story first. I'll tell you a story. So there was a national election coming up, and I wanted to meet the candidate who at the time was also the vice president. And so without telling you who he was, it was $1,000 a plate dinner, and I didn't have the $1,000 to go to the event. So I decided though that somehow I was going to get into that event. Legitimately, I wasn't going to do anything, illegal, but I was going to get into that event, and I was going to meet the vice president of the United States of America. I mean, these days, lots of people meet presidents and vice presidents, right? Everybody does. Anyway, so I went to one of my local elected officials and I told her that I wanted a ticket to the event. And she said to me, well, why would I give you a ticket? I know all these mayors and I know all these other more high-level officials. Why would I give you a ticket? And literally, that's how she addressed me, and I had no answer for her, because what was I going to say? She was right. There are other people who would have been much higher up the food chain than myself. So, but I wasn't going to give up. So that's one of the secrets too, making sure that whatever you decide you want to do, regardless of what people say, you don't give up. Even if they tell you, oh, you can't do this. That's usually an indication that you should go. So in sales, we say a rejection is not a rejection. It's just a request for more information. So I decided that I was going to keep going. So on the night of the event, I dressed myself, put on my velvet gown with my pearls. I love to wear my pearls. And did my hair, and I showed up at this event, and the Rolls Royces are riding up, and the Mercedes and the Beamers and whatever. The red carpet is rolled out, and I walked in, and I walked up the steps, and I went to the entryway, and everybody's taking tickets, and of course they assume that I must have a ticket, because why would I be there if I didn't have a ticket? But guys, I honestly didn't have a ticket. So I requested when I got to the front and they were taking tickets. I took a minute because I wasn't really sure what I was going to do, but I requested the elected official. So they went and they got her because, they assumed that she had my ticket. And when she came out, because she didn't know who was requesting her at that point, it was a very high level event, she saw me and she rolled her eyes and then she turned around and walked away. And as she walked away, I walked in with her. She was like, come on. So that was how I got into my first majorly political event. I wasn't treated nicely. I was not highly respected. It wasn't a beautifully great story that I could tell, but it's what happened. So then I get to the front and we're doing the handshaking and we're doing the meet and greet, and I am so excited, guys, because I'm going to meet the vice president of the United States. And hopefully this is a video where they'll have little bells in the back. I'm not sure if I'll add that, but if I do, then you'll see it. If not, okay, you imagine it. So I get to the front and I meet the vice president, and he says to me, because he's kind of shocked to see me there too, and he says, what do you want? Guys, that never dawned on me. It never dawned on me to think, what did I want? All I wanted was to get in the event. And I was so focused on getting into the event that I didn't bother to figure out what I was going to say to him. And so I said, a picture? So he rolled his eyes, he took a picture, and he kept moving on. So one of the secrets that I want to tell you to success, guys, is be clear about why you want what you want, okay? So as you're spending time during this coronavirus and you're making plans, also put down why it is that you want what you want. All right, so hopefully you got those 3 things. 1 was decide what you want, be clear on it. 2, make sure that you are confident that you can achieve it. 3 is, what was number 3? What did I say? T, what was number 3?
Don't look at me, I'm just a camera person.
Remember. It was in there. It was in there, guys. What's number 3? Okay, well, it was in there. Just click rewind and you'll watch it.
You're gonna find it.
So there were 3 things, but basically the big thing is to know why, because if you know your why, then you're gonna push through and make sure it happens. All right, guys, till next time.